To start off your bead loom bracelet, take your spool of thread and tie it in a knot securely around the end screw of your bead loom. Take the thread and thread it through 2 of the nails on your one side, all the way through 2 of the other nails on the other side, and around the screw. Continue this, keeping about 1 bead width wide between your strings. Repeat this step until you have 1 more thread for how many beads wide your pattern is. For example, I will be having a 5 bead wide pattern, so I will need 6 strings. Finish off the warp threads by wrapping the thread around the screw a few times and then tying a knot. Cut another piece of thread about 2 arm spans long and run it through wax if you have it. Tie this thread to the furthest left warp thread if you're right-handed, making sure the tail is long enough to reach the screw. Then thread on your needle onto the string and bring the thread underneath the warp threads to the right side of the loom. With your needle, string on the amount of beads your pattern is and string it until you reach the end of the thread. Once you have done so, with your beads underneath the loom, make sure that each bead is in between 2 of the warp threads and raise it up with your left hand. Take your needle and go through the beads, making sure that the needle stays on top of your warp threads. Pull it through and pull tight. Take your needle and thread underneath your loom again and repeat this step until you have your desired length for your bracelet. When your beading has reached the desired length, take your needle and go through the second row all the way through, and then go through the third row, only about 2 or 3 beads, and come up the top. Then with your needle, take a horizontal thread and go underneath and pull through, making a knot. Take your needle and go through the rest of the row. Do this again with the next row. And then take a pair of scissors and cut the end of the thread. Then with your scissors, cut the very end and the opposite end. You've then done the beading portion of your bracelet.